Your mind is not your own. It is a territory occupied by chaos. A traffic jam creates rage. A critical email from your boss creates a storm of defensiveness. A news headline creates a wave of anxiety. Your inner state is a puppet, and the world is the puppet master. You are living in a state of constant, uncontrolled reaction. You believe this reactivity is your personality. You believe this is just who you are. This is a lie. It is not your personality. It is a failure of architecture. Your mind is a kingdom, but you have abdicated the throne. You have left the gates wide open, the walls unmanned, and you are wondering why your inner world is constantly being looted, burned, and conquered. This is not peace. This is slavery. This program is the blueprint for your liberation. This is the definitive guide to creating an internal kingdom. It is a mental fortress, a sovereign state, where you are the only ruler, you set the laws, and you command the gates. This is how you build unshakable peace in a chaotic world. This is how you ensure, once and for all, that external events can no longer dictate your inner state. This is not a theory. This is a training protocol. Your work on the fortress begins now. Chapter 1: The Kingdom in Ruins, a Diagnosis. Your mind is a kingdom. And your kingdom is in ruins. You are not the ruler. You are a refugee in your own mind, living in a state of constant, chaotic reaction. Every day, your borders are breached. Your walls are non-existent. You are invaded, and you surrender without a fight. Let's conduct a diagnosis. A news headline flashes across your screen, engineered to provoke. Instantly, an invasion of anxiety. Your peace is gone. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Instantly, an invasion of white-hot rage. Your control is gone. A passive-aggressive email lands in your inbox. Instantly, an invasion of defensiveness and self-doubt. Your confidence is gone. A minor work setback, a forgotten task. Instantly, an invasion of despair. Your entire day is ruined. These are not just bad moments. These are symptoms of a profound and critical failure. You have no government. You have no defenses. You have an ungoverned, undefended, open territory. This is because your inner state is a mirror, not a fortress. It simply, pathetically reflects whatever the outside world shows it. A chaotic world creates a chaotic mind. An angry person creates an angry response. A critical comment creates a cowering defense. You are a mirror, reflecting everything and protecting nothing. You have been told this is your personality. You have told yourself this is just who you are. You say, I'm just an anxious person. You say, I just have a short temper. This is the greatest lie you have ever accepted. This is not a personality flaw. It is a failure of architecture. It is a failure of your system. You have been trying to fix your personality when you should have been fixing your system. You have been trying to polish the mirror, hoping it will reflect something better. You must stop. You must shatter the mirror and start building a fortress. A mirror is passive. It has no choice. It can only reflect. A fortress is an act of will. It is a system. It is a structure, built with discipline. A fortress chooses what to let in and what to repel. You have a choice. You can continue to live as a mirror, a victim of your environment, your peace shattered by the slightest breeze. Or you can begin the work of the master architect. You can begin to build your internal kingdom. Look at your life. Look at the evidence. You scroll through social media. You see the curated, perfect lives of others. An invasion of inadequacy. An invasion of envy. You allowed this. You opened the gate and let the invading army march right in. You watch the news, an unfiltered stream of global panic. An invasion of fear. You let it in. You have no gatekeeper. Your inner state is a mirror, not a fortress. The work we are about to do is not easy. It is the work of a lifetime. We are not here to offer you gentle suggestions or pleasant affirmations. We are here to hand you the blueprint, the hammer, and the stone. We are here to teach you how to build. It's not about being unfeeling. It's not about suppressing your emotions. That is a prison of a different kind. It is about the discipline to ensure that you are the one in control, not the external event. It is about building a system where you can observe the storm from the safety of your fortress walls, rather than being swept away by it. That's the key. The event is the storm. Your emotion is the weather. You are not the storm. You are not the weather. You are the kingdom. You are the sovereign who decides how to respond. To do this, you must first accept the diagnosis. You must stand in the ruins of your current kingdom and be brutally honest. This system is broken. This passivity is a failure. This reactivity is slavery. You must stop blaming the world. The world will always be chaotic. It will always send its armies. It will always send its storms. The world is not going to change to make you feel comfortable. It is not the world's job to protect your peace. It is your job. You don't need their permission to build your walls. Your inner state is a mirror, not a fortress. But it can be. Starting today, you will stop being the passive reflector and you will become the active builder. You will stop being a victim of external chaos and you will become the deliberate, disciplined, and powerful ruler of your own mind. You have seen the ruins. You have accepted the diagnosis. The reconstruction begins now. But a kingdom cannot be rebuilt without a ruler. A fortress cannot be constructed without a sovereign to command it. Before we lay the first stone, before we build the first wall, you must claim your rightful place. You must seize the throne. Chapter 2, Seize the Throne, You Are the Sovereign. In the last chapter, we delivered the diagnosis. Your kingdom is in ruins, your mind a mirror reflecting the chaos of the world. And we identified the cause, your throne is empty. You have abdicated your power. You have willingly stepped down and allowed your kingdom to be run by the loudest, most hysterical, and most irrational voices. Your anger is in charge. Your anxiety is in charge. The opinions of strangers are in charge. The screaming, panicked voice of your primitive impulse is in charge. Everyone is in charge, except you. Today, this ends. Today, you take back your kingdom. Today, you seize the throne. This is the first, non-negotiable step. Before you can build a single wall, you must establish a ruler. You must reclaim your authority. You must install the one, true, and only power in your internal kingdom, the sovereign self. What is this sovereign self? It is the real you. You have made a fundamental, life-destroying mistake. You have confused yourself with the noise in your kingdom. You are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. You are not your impulses. These are just the chaotic, frantic, and often contradictory voices of your courtiers. Your anger is a furious advisor, demanding war. Your anxiety is a fearful messenger, predicting doom. Your jealousy is a bitter courtier, whispering poison. For years, you have been identifying with these voices. When anger shouts, you say, I am angry. You have fused your identity with the very chaos you wish to escape. You have become the noise. The sovereign self is the one who hears the noise. It is the consciousness behind the thoughts. It is the calm, silent, unmoving presence that observes the anger, observes the anxiety, and observes the chaos. It is the part of you that has never been hurt, never been angry, never been afraid. It is the part that simply watches. This is the observer. This is the sovereign. This is you. Your new, foundational mindset must be this: you are the sovereign. The choice is yours. The act of seizing the throne is not a physical one. It is a profound, internal shift of identification. It is a declaration of independence. From this moment on, you will stop identifying with the passing storms of emotion and start identifying with the vast, unshakable sky that contains them. Here is your first drill. The next time a powerful emotion arises, rage, panic, envy, you will stop. You will not fight it. You will not suppress it. You will simply, for the first time, observe it from your throne. You will mentally take one step back and say, I am the sovereign. And I am observing a feeling of anger. This act of separation is everything. That's the key. The moment you name it, the moment you observe it, you have separated from it. You have broken the fusion. It is no longer you. It is it. It is a piece of data. It is a report from a frantic advisor. And now, for the first time, you have a choice. The advisor of anger may be screaming, attack, react, shout. But you, the sovereign, can sit on your throne, observe this frantic report, and calmly say, I have heard your counsel. I will not be following it. You are the sovereign. The choice is yours. This is not about the flaw of feeling anger. It is about the discipline of choosing your response. It is about the discipline to remember who is in charge. The old you is a slave to the feeling. The new you is the master of it. This is the hardest work you will ever do, because it requires you to unlearn a lifetime of reactive slavery. Your impulses will fight you. Your conditioning will scream at you to react. The world will test you, demanding you come down from your throne and join the chaos in the mud. You must hold your ground. You don't need their permission to be the ruler of your own mind. You don't need your feelings' permission to remain calm. You are the ultimate authority. Every time you do this, every time you choose to observe rather than become, you are reinforcing your rule. You are strengthening your kingdom from the inside out. When you sit on your throne, the noise of the kingdom doesn't go silent. It may never go silent. But it no longer has the power to command you. It is just noise. You are the signal. You are the sovereign. The choice is yours. This is your new identity. You are not an anxious person. You are a sovereign who is currently observing the sensation of anxiety. You are not an angry person. You are a sovereign who is currently analyzing the data of an anger signal. This separation gives you the power to think logically, to act strategically, and to maintain your peace while the court is in chaos. You have now done the most important work. You have walked into the throne room, past the screaming courtiers of your own emotions, and you have taken your rightful seat. You have claimed your authority. Your reign has begun. But a king on a throne in an open field is still vulnerable. A sovereign with no walls is still exposed to the first attack. Your new kingdom is weak, its borders undefended. You have claimed your power. Now, you must build your defenses. The first act of any new ruler is to secure the borders. We must build the first, most important wall of your new kingdom. Of course. Here is the full script for Chapter 3. Chapter 3, The First Wall, Forging the Sacred Pause. You have seized the throne. You have declared your sovereignty. You have identified yourself not as the noise, but as the observer. You are the ruler. This is the first and most critical step. But a sovereign on a throne in an open field is just a target. A ruler with no defenses is a fool, waiting to be overthrown. Your kingdom is still vulnerable. For your entire life, you have lived with zero defenses. The circuit between the outside world and your inner state has been instantaneous. An attack comes, and you are immediately wounded. An arrow is fired, and it instantly pierces your heart. Stimulus. Response. Insult. Rage. Criticism. Defensiveness. Bad news. Panic. This automatic, reflexive circuit is the mechanism of your slavery. It is the open gate through which the chaotic armies of the world have marched in, time and time again, to burn your kingdom to the ground. Your inner state is a mirror, not a fortress, because you have no walls. Today, we build the first, most important, and most powerful wall of your internal kingdom. This is the Great Wall. This is the barrier that will finally give you breathing room. It will finally give you power. It is called the sacred pause. This is the single most important tactical tool you will ever learn. The pause is a conscious, intentional, disciplined creation of space between the stimulus and your response. It is a 1 second, 5 second, or 10-second gap that you forge with pure willpower. In this gap, the entire battle is won. Your new command is the directive of the master builder. Find the pause. Build the wall. Let's be specific. An insult is an arrow. The untrained mind, the undefended kingdom, stands in the open. The arrow is fired, and it hits you directly. You feel the pain, the rage, the shame. You have been pierced. The trained mind, the sovereign of a defended kingdom, sees the arrow coming. In the instant it is fired, you find the pause. You build the wall. The pause is your shield. The arrow hits the shield with a loud thud. It does not pierce you. Now, from behind the safety of your wall, you can calmly observe the arrow. You can look at it. You can see who fired it. You can analyze it. You can see that it is just a piece of wood with a sharp rock on the end. You can see that it is just a collection of sounds, just a vibration in the air. It has no power over you. From this place of safety, your throne room, you have a choice. You can choose to pick up the arrow and fire it back. You can choose to ignore it and walk away. You can choose to laugh at it. But the choice is yours. The arrow did not dictate your response. You did. That's the key. Let's run a real-world scenario. You receive that provocative email. The one designed to make you angry, to make you defensive. The old you, the undefended mirror, reads it. The arrow hits. Instantly, your heart hammers in your chest. Your face flushes. Your fingers fly to the keyboard, typing a furious, defensive, emotional reply. You hit send. And in that moment, you have lost. You have let the invader breach your walls, run into your throne room, and dictate your actions. The new you, the sovereign, reads the email. The arrow is in the air. You feel the first spark of anger, the first flush of adrenaline. But you have been training. You immediately execute the command, find the pause. Build the wall. You do not type. You do not even breathe. You simply stop. You have built the wall. The arrow of the email hits your shield. It does not pierce you. Now, from behind the wall, you observe. You, the sovereign self, look at the anger. You say, "Ah, the advisor of anger is present. He is screaming." You observe the defensiveness. The minister of fear is present. He is worried. You listen to these panicked voices, but they are not you. You are the ruler, listening to frantic reports. And from this place of calm, sovereign power, you make a choice. You can delete the email. You can wait an hour to reply. You can forward it to someone else. You can get up, walk away, and get a glass of water. The choice is yours. You have won. You have defended your internal peace. This is not about the flaw of feeling the anger. The anger is just a signal. This is about the discipline of not letting the anger seize the throne. This is about the discipline to build the wall. You must practice this. This wall is a muscle. The first time you try to build it, it will be weak. It will be a thin, wooden fence, and the arrow may still break through. You must practice. Start small. When someone cuts you off in traffic, find the pause. Before you honk the horn, before you curse, build the wall. Take one deep breath. That is the pause. When you feel the compulsive urge to check your phone for no reason, find the stop. Before your hand moves, build the wall. Ask, why? When someone asks you a question, do not answer immediately. Find the pause. Build the wall. Give yourself 1 second to think before you speak. This space, this sacred pause, is your salvation. It is the difference between a slave and a king. It is the difference between a mirror and a fortress. It is the space where you reclaim your power. You don't need their permission to take a moment to think. Your new life will be built in these 1-second gaps. Your peace, your power, your clarity, it all lives inside this pause. You have now laid the first and most important stone of your fortress. You have built the great outer wall to protect you from the chaos of external attacks. You have a defense. But this is not enough. The greatest threat to a kingdom is rarely the army at the gates. It is the traitor inside the walls. It is the spy, the assassin, the whisperer of lies who is already in your court. We have built the wall. Now we must hunt the traitors. Chapter 4, Treason from Within. Starve your anxiety. You have seized the throne. You are the sovereign. You have built the first great wall of your kingdom, the sacred pause. You now have a defense against the external attack, the arrow fired from the outside. You have created the space to choose. But a fortress can be impenetrable from the outside and still rot from the inside. A kingdom can have the strongest walls in the world and still be brought down by a single traitor in the court. We have secured the borders. Now, we must hunt the traitors. And the most dangerous, seductive, and effective traitor in your internal kingdom is anxiety. Anger is a loud, brutish invader. It's obvious. You can see it coming. Anxiety is a spy. It is a poisoner. It is a whisperer of lies that walks the halls of your mind unchallenged, masquerading as a helpful advisor. It does not attack you with force, it undermines you with fiction. Let's be brutally clear about what anxiety is. It is not your intuition. It is not a helpful warning system. It is the undisciplined, weaponized use of your imagination. It is a storyteller of catastrophic fiction. And you have been believing its stories your entire life. It whispers tales of future doom. What if you get fired? What if you look stupid in that meeting? What if they leave you? What if that minor pain is a terminal illness? Anxiety creates a vivid, detailed, emotionally compelling horror story about a future that does not exist. And then it straps you to a chair and forces you to watch it over and over. And your kingdom, your body, believes the story is real. Your heart races. Your palms sweat. Your stomach churns. You are in a state of panic, fighting an enemy that isn't even there. You are letting a ghost burn down your kingdom. Today, you stop believing the traitor. You will drag this spy out of the shadows and into the light. You will starve this anxiety by taking away its only food source, your belief. The tool we will use is a scalpel. It is the fact versus fiction drill. Your new command, your new drill, is this: the story is the traitor. Stick to the facts. The moment you feel that cold fog of anxiety rolling into your kingdom, you must stop. You will find the pause. You are the sovereign on the throne. The advisor of anxiety has just run into your court, screaming that the world is ending. Your job as the ruler is not to scream with it. Your job is to sit back, look at this advisor, and say, I will hear your report. But I demand the facts. Only the facts. You will draw a hard, non-negotiable line. On one side, you will list the facts. On the other, the fiction. Facts are objective, verifiable, and happening in the present moment. They are what a video camera would record. Fiction is everything else. Your interpretations. Your assumptions. Your predictions. Your what-ifs. Your fears. The story. Let's use a real-world example. Your company sends an email. The subject line is Important Update on Restructuring. The traitor, anxiety, immediately begins its work. It runs into your throne room screaming, this is it. The layoffs are here. You're going to be fired. You'll lose your home. You are a failure. The old you, the mirror, would have fused with this panic. Your day would be ruined. The new you, the sovereign, runs the drill. Stop. Draw the line. What are the facts? Fact, I received an email with the word restructuring. Fact, the meeting is at 3 p.m. Fact, I have not received any personal notification about my job status. Fact, my last performance review was meets expectations. These are the facts. Now, what is the fiction? Fiction, I am definitely getting fired. Fiction, I will be humiliated. Fiction, I will lose my home. Fiction, I am a failure. This is the story. This is the traitor's report. And it is a lie. The story is the traitor. Stick to the facts. When you separate the two, the traitor loses all its power. The facts do not demand panic. The facts demand vigilance. The facts demand you attend the 3 p.m. meeting. But they do not, under any circumstances, justify the emotional storm that the traitor was trying to sell you. You have starved it. You have won. Let's use another example. You send an important text to someone. Hours go by. No reply. The traitor whispers, "They are angry with me. I said something wrong. They are ignoring me. This relationship is over." This is a story. It is a complete fabrication. Run the drill. Fact, I sent a text at 10 a.m. Fact, it is now 3 p.m. Fact, I have not received a reply. End of list. That is the entire, verifiable truth of the situation. The story is the traitor. Stick to the facts. The facts do not support a breakdown. The facts support the simple, logical conclusion: the other person is busy. That's the key. The undisciplined mind allows the traitor to declare a civil war over a story. The sovereign mind demands the facts and remains at peace. It's not about the flaw of feeling the first spark of anxiety. The signal is just a signal. It is about the discipline of interrogating that signal. It is about the discipline to stop participating in the fiction. You have a choice. You can live inside these self-made horror stories, or you can become the ruthless interrogator who demands the truth. You don't need their permission to stop believing in ghosts. Anxiety cannot survive in the cold, hard light of objective reality. It thrives in the fog of speculation. Your job is to be the light. You have now begun to secure your kingdom from within. You have a wall against the external arrow, and you have a drill to hunt the internal traitor. Your peace is growing stronger. But a kingdom can have a strong wall and a loyal court, and still be poisoned. It can be poisoned by the very food and water it imports. The most secure fortress in the world will fall if the king has no control over what comes through the gates. Your eyes and your ears are the gates to your kingdom. And you have been letting poison in all day long. We must now learn to secure the perimeter. We must become the master of our own gates. Chapter 5. Guard the gates, control what you consume. You have seized the throne. You are the sovereign. You have built the great wall of the sacred pause, defending you from external attacks. You have learned to hunt the internal traitor of anxiety, starving it of its fictions. Your kingdom is stabilizing. Your peace is growing. But a fortress, no matter how strong, can be brought to its knees by poison. A kingdom with the strongest walls in the world will collapse in sickness if the king allows poisoned grain and polluted water to be brought in and fed to his people. Your eyes and your ears are the main gates to your kingdom. And you, the sovereign, are also the gatekeeper. The hard truth is this: you have been a terrible gatekeeper. You have been asleep at your post. You have left the gates wide open, unguarded, and you have allowed a daily caravan of poison to roll right into your citadel, all under the guise of staying informed or staying connected. And then you wonder why your kingdom is sick. You wonder why your citizens, your thoughts, are so anxious and angry. You are poisoning your own water supply. This ends today. Your new command is this: you are the gatekeeper. Your peace depends on it. Let's identify the poison. Poison number 1, the news. You call it being informed. This is a lie. The modern news cycle is not an information service. It is a fear delivery system. It is a machine engineered with one purpose: to hijack your nervous system, to create panic, to generate outrage, and to hold your attention hostage for profit. Every breaking news alert is an invasion. Every shocking headline is a small dose of poison, designed to keep your kingdom in a state of high alert and low-level panic. Poison number 2, social media. You call it connecting. This is another lie. It is a carefully engineered performance of curated perfection, designed to make you feel inadequate, envious, and left behind. It is a fire hose of other people's opinions, other people's anger, and other people's shallow highlights, sprayed directly into your mind. You scroll for 10 minutes and your kingdom is flooded with envy, anxiety, and rage. You have willingly let the barbarians in. Poison number 3, low-quality information. The endless stream of junk entertainment, cynical gossip, and mindless content you use to fill the empty spaces. This is junk food for your mind. It makes your thoughts slow, dull, and polluted. You have a choice. You can continue to let this filth pour into your kingdom, and then spend all your energy trying to fight the sickness it creates. Or you can do the job of a sovereign. You can guard the gates. You are the gatekeeper. Your peace depends on it. We will now install a new protocol. This is not a passive wish. It is an active, disciplined defense. We will put you on a strict information diet. Here is the protocol. First, you will purge. You will pick up your phone, and you will become a ruthless auditor of your own gates. Delete the news apps. All of them. You don't need them. If the world is truly ending, you will find out, I promise. Unfollow every single account on social media that does not actively inspire you, educate you, or bring you profound joy. Every account that makes you feel outraged, envious, inadequate, or angry, Unfollow. Ruthlessly. You don't need their permission to protect your own mind. Unsubscribe from the junk emails. Leave the group chats that are nothing but gossip and complaining. This is not a flaw, this need to unplug. It's not about the flaw of being out of the loop. It is about the discipline to choose the loop you are in. It is about the discipline to build a high-quality, fortified environment for your mind. Second, you will schedule. You will stop snacking on information all day. This is a weak, reactive, undisciplined habit. A true sovereign eats at set times. From now on, you will check your email twice a day, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. That is all. Your kingdom is not at the mercy of every incoming message. You will check the news once a day, for 10 minutes, from a neutral, text-based source. Or not at all. You will designate one specific time for social media, if you must use it at all, and you will adhere to that time block. The gates are closed the rest of the day. You are the gatekeeper. Your peace depends on it. Third, you will replace. You cannot just create a vacuum. You must replace the low-quality poison with high-quality nutrients. You have 30 minutes to scroll through toxic feeds? You have 30 minutes to read a book that will forge your mind into a weapon. You have an hour to consume panicky news reports? You have an hour to listen to a podcast that teaches you a new skill. You have 10 minutes to engage in gossip? You have 10 minutes to sit in absolute silence and listen to your own thoughts for a change. This is the work. This is the discipline. It is not about becoming ignorant. It is about becoming selective. It is about understanding that your attention is your kingdom's most precious resource, and you have been giving it away to thieves at the gate. When you do this, something remarkable will happen. Within 3 days, the background static of anxiety in your mind will fade. The constant hum of outrage will go quiet. For the first time, your mind will be clean. It will be clear. And in that new, clean, quiet space, your own thoughts will finally have room to surface. Your own clarity will emerge. That is the key. You have been so full of other people's noise that you haven't heard your own signal. You have now seized the throne. You have built the wall. You have hunted the internal traitors. And now, you have secured the gates. Your kingdom is defended. It is safe. It is clean. But a safe kingdom is not yet a great one. A fortress, no matter how secure, is just a pile of rocks if the people inside have no laws, no values, and no constitution. You have secured your peace. Now you must define your purpose. You must write the laws for your new, orderly kingdom. Chapter 6, The Law of the Land, Your Unshakable Internal Code. You have seized the throne. You have built the wall of the sacred pause. You have hunted the internal traitor of anxiety. You have secured the gates by mastering your consumption. Your kingdom is now quiet. It is safe. It is defended. But a fortress, no matter how strong, is just a pile of stones if the life within it has no meaning. A kingdom, no matter how peaceful, is just an empty field if it is not governed by laws. A safe life is not the goal. A purposeful life is the goal. For years, you have been living without your own laws. You were not a sovereign kingdom, you were a colony. Your laws were written by other people. The law of your boss's approval. The law of your parents' expectations. The law of your friends' opinions. The law of the headlines. You were trying to live by 1,000 contradictory legal systems, and you wondered why your kingdom was in a state of perpetual civil war. You were a mirror, not a fortress, because you had no self to defend. You were just a reflection of their demands. This ends now. Today, you write your constitution. A sovereign kingdom is defined by one thing, its own law. This law is absolute. It is the single standard against which all actions are judged. This is your internal code. Your new mantra, the supreme law of your land, is this: your code is your law. The rest is noise. This code is the final and most important piece of your fortress. It is the steel rod of internal validation that replaces the hollow addiction to external approval. This is the shift from being a people pleaser to being a purpose-driven sovereign. This is not a metaphor. This is your most important task. You will take out a piece of paper or open a new document, and you will write your code. This is not a list of wishes. It is a list of your non-negotiable laws. Keep it simple. 3 to 5 laws. No more. What do you, the sovereign, declare to be the law? Is it integrity? I do what I say I will do, even when it is hard. Is it discipline? I act according to my plan, not my feelings. Is it effort? I give my full, focused energy to the task at hand. Is it truth? I do not lie to myself or to others. Is it courage? I will face the fear, rather than avoid it. You are the one who decides. You don't need their permission to choose your values. But once you write your laws, they are your laws. They are the only standard that matters. Your code is your law. The rest is noise. Now, we will apply this. This code is your new validation system. This is how you finally break your addiction to the opinions of others. Let's run a simulation. You have completed a difficult project. You worked on it for weeks. You poured your energy into it. You present it. And your boss, or your client, or your teacher, says, I don't like it. It's not what I wanted. The old you, the mirror, the undefended colony, would have shattered. Your law was, the boss must be pleased. That law was broken. Your kingdom would be invaded by feelings of failure, worthlessness, and despair. The new you, the sovereign, hears the criticism. The arrow is in the air. You find the pause. The wall holds. Now, you do not look outward for their approval. You look inward, to your code. You consult your constitution. Your laws are integrity, discipline, and effort. You, the sovereign, ask one question, and one question only: was I in alignment with my code? Did I act with integrity? Yes. Did I apply discipline? Yes. Did I give my best effort? Yes. The verdict from your own throne room is not guilty. You have followed your law. You are in alignment. Therefore, you are at peace. The boss's opinion is just data. It is the weather. It is a cloud passing over your fortress. It is not a verdict. It is just the noise of another kingdom, which has different laws. It has no authority here. Your code is your law. The rest is noise. Let's run the reverse. This is even more important. You rush a project. You cut corners. You lie. You know it is poor work. But you get lucky, and it succeeds. You are given a bonus. You are praised. Amazing job. You are a genius. The old you, the mirror, would have soaked it in. You would have felt a surge of validation. You would have been happy, even knowing you were a fraud. The new you, the sovereign, hears the praise. The gates are guarded. You do not let the poison grain in. You consult your code. Did I act with integrity? No. I lied. Did I give my best effort? No. I was lazy. The verdict from your throne room is guilty. You have violated your own law. The external praise is a lie. It is poison. It is meaningless noise. You feel no satisfaction from it. You feel only the quiet, firm judgment of your own code, which demands you be better. This is the ultimate strength. It is not about the flaw of arrogance. It is about the discipline to have a single, unshakable source of truth. It is the discipline to be your own master. You have a choice. You can live as a chaotic colony, a mirror, desperately trying to obey the contradictory laws of 1,000 different foreign kings, and finding no peace. Or you can become a calm, powerful, orderly kingdom, living by your own simple, clear, and unshakable code. This is your new reality. The world will criticize you. Let it be noise. The world will praise you. Let it be noise. Your only concern is this: am I in alignment with my code? That is the key. You have now completed the internal architecture of your fortress. The throne is occupied. The walls are built. The traitors are gone. The gates are guarded. And now, the law of the land has been written. Your internal kingdom is a marvel of engineering. It is secure, it is clean, and it is orderly. But your kingdom does not exist in a vacuum. It shares a border with 7 billion other kingdoms. And many of them are chaotic, undisciplined, and at war with themselves. They will try to drag your peace into their conflict. We must now develop your foreign policy. Chapter 7, The Foreign Armies, Dealing with Other People's Chaos. You have done the internal work. You have seized your throne. You have built your walls, hunted your traitors, and guarded your gates. You have written the supreme law of your land, your internal code. Your kingdom is, for the first time, secure. It is quiet. It is orderly. But your kingdom does not exist in a vacuum. It shares borders with billions of other kingdoms. And many of them are in a state of perpetual chaos. They are on fire. Their lands are ruled by panic, by rage, by victimhood, and by anxiety. And these chaotic kingdoms will try to invade you. These are the foreign armies of your life. The difficult, reactive, and chaotic people. The colleague who brings their panic to your desk. The family member who unloads their anger onto you. The friend who lives in a constant state of drama and victimhood. For your entire life, you have had a failed foreign policy. Your policy has been one of total, immediate surrender. The moment a foreign army of chaos appeared at your border, you not only opened the gates, you actively invited them in. You have been conscripted into 1,000 wars that were never yours to fight. You believe this is kindness. You believe this is empathy. This is a lie. It is not compassion to set your own kingdom on fire just because your neighbor's is burning. It is not empathy to drown with a drowning person. It is a failure of your primary duty, to protect your own peace, your own kingdom, at all costs. Your new foreign policy is a declaration of neutrality. It is a declaration of strength. And the central command is this: their chaos is not your property. You must understand the nature of their attack. These foreign armies of emotion, the angry boss, the panicking spouse, the dramatic friend, they run on one thing and one thing only, fuel. And your emotional reaction is their fuel. When someone unloads their anger on you, they are desperately seeking your defensiveness, your anger, or your fear. When you give it to them, you have just refueled their army. The fire burns hotter. The war escales. When someone brings you their panic, they are seeking your panic in return. When you join them in their anxiety, you have validated their story. You have agreed to live in their fiction. An emotional fire cannot burn in a vacuum. You have been willingly handing them gasoline and wondering why you are surrounded by flames. Today, you cut off the fuel supply. You will starve their armies. The tool you will use is your new foreign policy, the shield of indifference. This is a tactical method of non-engagement. You will become a gray rock. A rock is solid. It is neutral. It is uninteresting. You can scream at a rock. You can hit a rock. You can cry to a rock. The rock does not care. It does not change. It does not react. It simply is. You will become the rock. You will become the shield. You will not reflect their fire. You will extinguish it with your calm. Here is the protocol. When a foreign army arrives at your gates, you will do the following. 1. You will find the pause. Your great wall holds. You are on your throne. 2. You will neutralize your response. Your body language remains calm. Your facial expression remains neutral. Your tone of voice becomes low, flat, and factual. You do not get louder. You do not get faster. You do not match their chaotic energy. 3. You will refuse to accept the emotional package. You will respond only to the facts, not the feelings. Your answers will be short, logical, and strategically boring. Let's apply this. A coworker storms into your office. This is a total disaster. Your team ruined the project? This is unacceptable. This is an invading army, fueled by anger and blame. The old you, the mirror, would have instantly become defensive. What do you mean? It wasn't my fault. Your team was late, and the war has begun. You have been conscripted. The new you, the sovereign, raises the shield of indifference. You let them expend their initial energy. You listen. You pause. You do not absorb their anger. Then, in a calm, flat voice, you say, I understand you are frustrated. What is the specific data point you are referring to? You have given their fire no fuel. You have not agreed. You have not argued. You have not defended. You have become a calm, logical wall. Their anger has nowhere to go. It starves. They will be forced to de-escalate, to match your calm, to speak in facts. You have just controlled the entire exchange by refusing to participate in it. That's the key. Another example. A family member calls you, drowning in anxiety. I'm panicking. What if this happens? What if that happens? It's going to be a catastrophe. They are trying to pull you into their fictional, burning kingdom. The old you would have joined them. Oh my God, you're right. That's terrifying. What will we do? The new you holds the shield. I hear that you are feeling anxious. Those are stories. Let's stick to the facts. The fact is, the appointment is on Tuesday. The fact is, we will handle it then. We are not in a catastrophe right now. You are a rock. You are the shore they can wash up on. You are not the storm. This is not about the flaw of being cold or uncaring. It is about the discipline to know where your property line ends. Their chaos is not your property. You can be compassionate without being complicit in their self-destruction. True compassion is not joining someone in a panic. True compassion is being the unshakable, peaceful presence that reminds them of the truth. You have a choice. You can let your internal peace be taken hostage by the least stable person in your life. Or you can become the most stable person in the room, by force of your own will. You don't need their permission to remain calm. You have now established your kingdom. You have a ruler, a wall, a clean domestic policy, a constitution, and now, a powerful, effective foreign policy. You are defended from within, and you are defended from without. Your internal kingdom is secure. But a fortress, no matter how perfectly built, will fall into ruin if it is not maintained. A king cannot just build a wall and walk away. He must patrol it. He must inspect it. He must reinforce it every single day. Your peace is not a one-time construction project. It is a daily, non-negotiable ritual. Chapter 8, The Daily Patrol, a non-negotiable ritual for peace. You have done the hard work. You have seized the throne. You have built the walls, hunted the traitors, guarded the gates, written your constitution, and established your foreign policy. Your internal kingdom is, for the first time in your life, secure. It is strong. It is at peace. And all of it will be gone in a week if you do nothing. This is the chapter that separates the amateur from the master. The amateur believes the work is done. They build the fortress and then walk away, believing it will stand forever on its own. This is a fatal, arrogant mistake. A fortress that is not patrolled, not maintained, and not guarded, will crumble. The walls will crack. The traitors will sneak back in. The gates will rust and weaken. The law will be forgotten. Chaos is the natural state of the universe. It is entropy. It is a relentless, quiet force that is always working to tear down what you have built. Your peace is not a one-time achievement. It is a daily, disciplined, and active defense. You cannot just be peaceful. You must practice peace. You must defend peace. You must treat your internal kingdom as a living, sovereign state that requires a standing army and a daily patrol. Your new, non-negotiable command is this: patrol your walls every single day. This is not a suggestion. This is your new ritual. This is the price of your peace. It is the rent you pay to live in a secure and orderly mind. The ritual is called the 10-minute kingdom audit. I do not care how busy you are. I do not care what your morning looks like. If you do not have 10 minutes to secure your own mind, you do not have a life, you have an emergency. You will make this time. This audit happens every morning, before you allow any external chaos to invade. It happens before the phone. It happens before the news. It happens before the email. This is your first and most important action as sovereign. The audit has 3 simple steps. Step 1, the silent observation. 3 minutes, this is your patrol. You will sit in complete silence. You will close your eyes. And you will walk the perimeter of your kingdom. You will simply observe your inner state. How does the kingdom feel this morning? Are there any small fires burning? Are there any traitors, anxieties, whispering in the courtyard? Is there any lingering resentment, a foreign army, from yesterday? You are not to engage. You are not to fix, or fight, or judge. You are simply the sovereign, taking a silent, clear-eyed look at the state of your nation. You are acknowledging what is. This is the act of a master. You cannot defend a kingdom if you do not know its current status. Step 2, review the law. 3 minutes, after your observation, you will reread your internal code. You will speak your laws, the constitution you wrote in Chapter 6, either silently to yourself or out loud. My law is integrity. My law is discipline. My law is effort. Why? Because a kingdom that forgets its laws descends into chaos. This is your recalibration. This is you, the sovereign, reminding yourself what your kingdom stands for. This is the compass that will guide all of your decisions for the day. It reinforces your identity. You are not a person who hopes to be disciplined. You are the sovereign of a kingdom defined by discipline. That's the key. Step 3, the conscious choice. For minutes, this is the most active step. This is where you, the sovereign, issue your orders for the day. You have seen the state of your kingdom. You have reviewed your laws. Now, you will make a conscious, deliberate choice to defend your peace. You will say to yourself, today, I will hold the wall. I will use the sacred pause. Today, I will hunt the traitors. I will stick to the facts. Today, I will guard the gates. I will not consume poison. Today, I will hold the shield of indifference. Their chaos is not my property. Today, I will live by my code. You are priming your mind for victory. You are arming your guards. You are not hoping for a peaceful day, you are commanding one. You are setting your intention with the force of a royal decree. Patrol your walls every single day. This 10-minute ritual is the glue that holds this entire system together. Without it, everything else fails. It's not about the flaw of waking up anxious. It's about the discipline to audit that anxiety. It is the difference between a passive victim and an active ruler. You have a choice. You can wake up, grab your phone, and let the world invade your undefended kingdom before you've even had a sip of water. You can let the mirror reflect the morning chaos. Or, you can do the work of a professional. You can take 10 minutes to be a sovereign, to inspect your fortress, to review your laws, and to prepare your defenses. The amateur waits for peace. The master builds it, and then defends it, every single day. You don't need their permission to prioritize your own mind. You have now built the most secure, well-defended, and orderly internal kingdom imaginable. The throne is occupied. The walls are strong. The gates are guarded. The law is clear. And the daily patrol is set. Your peace is unshakable because you are no longer hoping for it, you are engineering it. But this raises a final, critical question. What is this fortress for? A kingdom that only defends, that only sits behind its walls and does nothing, is not a kingdom. It is a tomb. It is a monument to fear. Peace is not the end goal. Peace is the foundation. You did not build this incredible, orderly, and powerful internal state just to hide. You built it so you could finally act in the world with purpose and power. You have secured your kingdom from reaction. Now, you must build the engine for action. Chapter 9, Action, not Reaction, the engine of a peaceful kingdom. Your kingdom is secure. Your fortress is built. Your peace is unshakable. You have patrolled your walls, and you are, for the first time, in control. And now, you are in the greatest danger of all. The danger of passivity. The danger of believing the work is finished. You have built an impenetrable fortress, and now you are tempted to sit inside it, hiding from the world. You have mistaken the foundation for the building. You have confused the starting line with the victory. Your peace is not a retirement. It is not a tomb. It is not a monument to your fear, built so you can hide from the chaos of life. Your peace is a weapon. It is the forge. It is the silent, secure factory floor where you will now build your empire. For your entire life, your action has been as chaotic as your mind. You were a slave to reaction. You didn't act, you reacted. We will call this reactive doing. Reactive doing is the frantic, anxious hustle of the undefended kingdom. It is the busyness of the mirror, reflecting the world's demands. It is action driven by panic. Panic that you are falling behind. Panic that you are not doing enough. Panic that you will be judged. Reactive doing is waking up, grabbing your phone, and letting your inbox set your agenda for the day. It is running from fire to fire, a slave to the urgent but unimportant. It is a life of frantic sprinting, ending every day exhausted, but no closer to your true goals. You are still a slave, just a busy one. This must end. We did not build this unshakable peace just to be a calmer slave. We built it to be a ruler. And a ruler acts. We are now installing a new engine in your kingdom. We are replacing reactive doing with sovereign action. Your new reinforcing mindset is this: act from your purpose, not from your panic. Sovereign action is different. It is calm. It is deliberate. It is strategic. It is action that originates from your peaceful, orderly kingdom and is projected outward into the world. It is not a reaction to the world's chaos. It is a creation of your own will. Where does this action come from? It comes from your internal code, the law you wrote in Chapter 6. The reactive mind asks, what fires do I have to put out right now? The sovereign mind asks, what one action can I take today that aligns with my code and builds my empire? Act from your purpose, not from your panic. This is the shift from anxious hustle to quiet discipline. The anxious hustle is loud, performative, and ineffective. It is the person who complains about how busy they are, who answers emails at 10 p.m. to show they are working. They are a slave to the appearance of action. Quiet discipline is the new engine of your kingdom. It is silent. It is unseen. It is brutally effective. It is the person who does their 10-minute audit, identifies the one most important task, and then enters their fortress of focus and finishes it, all before the reactive world has had its second cup of coffee. This is not about the flaw of an action. This is about the discipline of purposeful action. This is about making your actions matter. Here is your new protocol for sovereign action. 1. Your day begins with your 10-minute audit. You secure your peace. 2. You review your internal code. This is your purpose. 3. You will define your one sovereign action for the day. It may not be the noisiest. It may not be what everyone else is screaming about. It will be the one thing that, when completed, moves you closer to your goal. This is your mission. 4. You will execute that mission from a place of calm, fortified peace. You will do it with focus. You will do it without panic. You will do it with the quiet, relentless power of a king. Act from your purpose, not from your panic. Let's apply this. The reactive mind has a to-do list a mile long. It is a terrifying document, filled with other people's demands. The reactive mind starts at the top and just reacts, trying to get it all done, drowning in cortisol and anxiety. The sovereign mind looks at that same list. From the throne, you audit the list. You ask, which of these tasks is a true act of building, and which is just noise? You find the one task that aligns with your code. You find the task that matters. And you do that. You may only do that one thing. But that one thing was an act of creation, not reaction. That is the key. You have a choice. You can continue to be a frantic firefighter, a slave to the world's emergencies. Or you can be the calm, deliberate, sovereign architect, building your own world, one brick at a time. You don't need their permission to ignore the noise and focus on your work. Your internal peace is the foundation. It is the solid ground upon which you can now build, without fear, without anxiety, and without distraction. Your calm is not passivity. Your calm is your new source of power. It is the engine. You have now completed the entire construction. Your kingdom is secure. Your law is written. Your foreign policy is established. Your daily patrol is set. And now, your engine of sovereign action is running. The mirror is shattered. The fortress is complete. The ruler is on the throne. The builder is at work. You are no longer the person who started this program. You are no longer a victim, a slave, or a mirror. You are a new thing. It is time to name this new identity. It is time to look at the final, finished product. Chapter 10, The unconquerable kingdom, your new reality. The instruction is finished. The work of construction is complete. The mirror is shattered. The fortress is built. The throne is occupied, the gates are guarded, and the law has been written. The person who started this program is gone. That person was a leaf in the wind, a mirror reflecting the chaos of the world. That person was a slave, a victim, an undefended territory. You are not that person. It is time to accept your new identity. You are the sovereign. You are the architect. You are the ruler of a calm, orderly, and powerful internal state that you designed and you built. This is not a theory. This is not a temporary feeling. This is your new operating system. This is your new reality. So what does this reality look like? How does the sovereign move through the world? When a crisis erupts at work, the old you would have been pulled into the storm. You would have mirrored the panic, the anger, the blame. The new you stands in the center of the room, and you are the eye of the storm. You are the single point of calm. You listen. You find the pause. You hunt for the facts. You act from your purpose, not from your panic. You are the leader, not because you are the loudest, but because you are the most composed. When a foreign army of chaos, that angry colleague, that panicking family member, arrives at your border, the old you would have opened the gates and let their war become your war. The new you holds the shield of indifference. You understand, with absolute clarity, that their chaos is not your property. You offer calm, logical facts, or you offer strategic silence. You give their fire no fuel. They have no choice but to de-escalate. You have controlled the entire exchange by refusing to sacrifice your peace. When the traitor of anxiety whispers its fictions, what if you fail? What if they leave you? The old you would have believed the story. The new you runs the drill. You are the sovereign, interrogating a spy. You demand the facts. You separate the story from the reality. And the traitor starves in the light of your logic. When the world delivers its judgment, the old you is desperate for praise and terrified of criticism. The new you is indifferent to both. When criticism comes, you consult your internal code. When praise comes, you consult your internal code. If you are in alignment with your law, the verdict is already in. The rest is just noise. Your code is your law. The rest is noise. This is the key. This is no longer a set of tools you have to remember to use. This is your default setting. The 10-minute kingdom audit you perform every morning has burned these new pathways into your mind. The sacred pause is no longer a technique you practice, it is the space you inhabit. Observation is no longer a drill, it is how you see. It's not about the flaw of feeling the first spark of anger. You are still human. The signals will still come. It is about the discipline of your new system. The signal is just a messenger that arrives at the gate of a heavily fortified, well-run kingdom. You, the sovereign, receive the message from a place of total security. You are no longer dragged from your throne and into the battle. This is the ultimate power. The power to choose your response every single time. You have a choice. You always did. But now you have built the system that allows you to make that choice. You have built the fortress that gives you the time to choose. You don't need their permission to be in control. Your internal peace is no longer a fragile, conditional thing that the world can give you and take away. It is a fortress of your own making. It is an unshakable foundation. And this foundation is not a tomb. It is not a place to hide. As we learned in the last chapter, this peace is the engine. It is the solid ground from which you now launch your sovereign actions. You will act with more power, more clarity, and more purpose than ever before, because you are no longer wasting your energy reacting to chaos. You are using 100% of your energy to create your will in the world. So look at the world. It will not change. It will continue to be loud, chaotic, and demanding. The storms will still rage. The armies will still march. The traitors will still whisper. Let them. You are separate. You are sovereign. You are secure. The chaos is outside. You are at peace inside. This is your kingdom. The chaos is outside. You are at peace inside. This is your kingdom. The chaos is outside. You are at peace inside. This is your kingdom. This is who you are now. This is your new reality. You came to this program with a kingdom in ruins. You were a slave to the world's chaos. An insult was an invasion. A setback was a catastrophe. Your inner peace was a hostage, traded for the world's approval. No more. You have learned to seize the throne. You are the sovereign. You have built the walls of the sacred pause. You have defeated the internal traitors of rage and anxiety. You have guarded your gates and defined your laws. You have learned to act from purpose, not panic. The world will not get quieter. The chaos will not end. The storms will continue to rage. Let them. They can beat against your fortress, but they can no longer get in. Your internal kingdom is now a place of order, strength, and unshakable peace, governed only by you. Your peace is no longer conditional. It is a weapon you have forged. The training is over. Your reign has just begun. The final question is simple, and you will answer it with every second of every day. Will you be the ruler of your mind, or will you remain a slave to the world? The choice is yours.